on their road frontage within the Streetlight district.
Same way I did open it.
Yeah, it's actually on this, it's not on the agenda, so. Is there any discussion on it?
Like 11A, 11B, or is that how you do that?
It's just, it would be recorded in the minutes with an item.
Another one.
Yeah, we'll get a number in the minutes.
So
It'll make it.
all of the numbers will change in the minutes.
Yeah.
Is there any discussion on that? Okay, if not, item number 12 is a motion to approve Sidock Group Inc. low float to provide architectural and engineering services in the amount of $13,750 for the addition of a chemical mixing building to the maintenance building at Taylor Meadows Golf Club. Amount to be paid from Taylor Meadows Capital Outlay account. Mr. Gilbert?
Thank you, Mr. Chair and Council. First of all, the Sidock Group is the old Yopson Wilkie who designs most of our buildings in Health Parks and Rec, so I was happy to see that they were a low quote. What this building is, when we built the current maintenance building, there was an architectural drawing for a chemical mixing station, which means it's its own place to mix the chemicals that are sprayed on the golf course. It was eliminated from the original building, and so when that building was built, we were without that. We've been using the pad over at the old FIA building. There's a pad of cement with a tank underneath it. However, it's not really right because it's so far away from our equipment to drive away, a mile away to mix the chemical and then transport the chemical and such. So it needs to be by our maintenance building, and I'm not just saying that. The state of Michigan was out to look at that and ask, when is that coming?
When they mix the chemicals,
Correct?
where, you said there's a tank underneath that. Does that tank get drained?
Correct.
Okay, it doesn't
So
get
what
distributed
this
or
building would
distributed
be,
anywhere.
basically, if you want to picture a large add-on to the building, an 18 by 20, big enough to put the chemical, the sprayer rig from the golf course in there. It would have some water, it would have, to mix the chemicals, it would have a cement floor with curbing, so if there's a chemical spill, it would be contained, and it would go down into the tank underneath. So this is for the design, just for a point of clarification or information. It's probably going to be around $115,000 for the building, and it probably will go to TIFA for approval.
Mr. Dobek, so initially that building was supposed to be on the building
Correct.
and then it was taken off?
Correct.
Who took it off?
It's been many years, so I'm not sure, but it was definitely put on that drawing, and it was supposed to be, part of the building. I mean, that is a needed, it was a kick out. It was a kick out to the building.
We didn't still pay for that, though, did we?
No, the cost was reduced, and the wall was cut, and it was just taken off.
So it was just, for some reason, there.
I think for cost reasons, it was taken off, but it was told that it had to be on there. I mean, the state of Michigan is telling me that it needs to be on there, or we have to have that kind of a building.
So the initial cost started off at how much money for the building? You remember?
Oh, I don't remember that, but, I mean,
Because I know it cost us more later on.
it did.
And we still ended up with one of the most important things that should have been there, didn't it?
Okay. And I can tell you that it was a claim errors because we took the low bid for the architectural fees, and there was a lot of change orders because, it was missed in the design, of the building. There was a lot of things that were missed that were add-ons. So we had these change orders, but the change orders had to be right so that we could have proper light, proper electricity, proper water, proper electrical for the charging stations for all the carts. I guess the best stated is, I learned my lesson about getting engineers involved, and for whatever reason, we did not have an engineering firm help us with the design and build. It was bid out by purchasing, and the documents were pushed forward to get the building built based on the architectural drawings. There was no, however, I can tell you about past experience that I've done construction for golf parks and rec. We've always had an engineering firm. They would design it, they would manage the project, they'd make sure things weren't missed,
So we didn't have an engineering.
No, we used our engineer, and Jesse Harrington, Keith helped us get it completed with the builder finally.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, we did have one originally, but then we did away with that to cut costs.
We never had an engineer. The project was
To the chair,
engineered.
we really didn't get involved until after the bid was already awarded.
Yeah.
I think that bid was awarded before I started here. And then we reviewed it because it wasn't moving along. And there was a lot of things that were missing. They had to move a pole that was in the middle of the footprint. There was some storm issues. There was utilities under the building that the DPW, had to investigate, had to be removed. There was a fire. There was a lot of things that came after the fact that when we were started to get involved.
That's what I remember, Charlie.
So do we have one of these buildings at the Lakes of Taylor?
We do.
Well, where's that at?
That building is on the back side of the maintenance building or on the back side of the animal shelter.
Okay.
It's on the back section, and actually,
Oh, I know where it's at now. Okay.
before Greg Mayhew left, he did the measurements, and he did the, so that he could help me get the drawings that we need to get the architect to at least quote it properly.
Yeah, I remember where it's at.
What year was that building put in?
I'm sorry,
What year was
I'm
it
sorry,
built?
to the chair, what building?
The one that you're talking about that didn't, they
Park
took
Barn.
off, yeah, they took.
2 years.
I think it's been 2 full years now, so 3 years ago, I believe it was started.
Probably took a year to build.
Yes, it did take a year to build, a lot longer than it should have, absolutely.
Any other questions? If not, I'll go to item 13, is a motion to approve the Community Development Manager to attend the 50th Annual National Community Development Association Conference from June 17th through June 21st in Jacksonville, Florida, for an amount not to exceed $1,950, funded through the Community Development Block Grant. Mr. Wall?
Chairman Woody, this is an annual conference of CDBG administrators where they get together and there's a lot of training involved. However, up to you guys, we can either postpone it. Right now, I've had a change in my parenting schedule. Not sure I'm going to be able to attend. I was put in before I found that out, so we can either bring it forward for approval and I can let you know if I'm going to attend, or bring it back.
Yeah, I would rather just postpone it and then.
Yeah, I apologize.
No, that's fine. Yeah. Okay, so we'll just postpone 13 then.
Thank you.
We'll delete it, I'm sorry, yeah.
Right. So you registered for it, but
I sent in the registration, but you can cancel it.
Like,
I
do you want
have
to-
to-
you have to pay on it, right?
Sorry?
Nothing's been paid for yet, right?
I have held the check because when I found out that
Okay.
I did not mail. I do have the registration only, check, but no other reservations.
Yeah, item 17 is a motion to approve the purchase of 30 optical scan ballot boxes from Election Source, sole source in the amount not to exceed $3,971.37 to be paid from the general fund election supplies account. Clerk Powell?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. These are just replacement boxes for the blue ballot boxes, the metal boxes. They're getting older. They were here when I got here, it's been 7 years. We've managed with them. They're certified by the county every 4 years. So the set that I have are currently certified, but I will get these certified as well. I looked into the nylon bags with wheels, but when I was part of the recount at Kobo in 2016, I talked to a lot of the clerks that have them. They're nice and convenient when they rip. And I'm not interested in anything like that. I like the old trusty, heavy-duty metal, it's more secure. So I'm asking, and this is actually a really good price, $127. I saw that and jumped on it. Yeah. Yeah, it was a good deal. And it was actually a while ago, the sale, and you held it for me.
Is there any other discussion?
You know, when I first read that, I thought it was snares for Polish eyes.
Yeah, I did.
You really got to prove your resume.
Yes, Miss Senior, I will.
Item 18 is a motion to approve the attached resolution recommending the issuance of a special liquor license for upcoming events at Heritage Park, Sheridan Pavilion Center. Clerk?
Thank you. This is something I was assisting Chelsea not only with. This will be a special liquor license for the upcoming Friday night concert series and then Winterfest,
Actually applying for it.
the city.
The license will be in the name of the city.
Yes.
So we make the profit.
I am assuming so. I'm just assisting Chelsea with this. I don't know if the mayor can answer that better. The profits on the liquor license, the liquor being sold on Friday night concert series will come to the city.
Correct. And if they would, even if it was through the nonprofit, like the relationship we have with the Junior League World Series for the summer festival, there's a percentage or a stipend paid back and they're made whole, but it still comes into the summer festival account. And I do not believe that, I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, this, Dan, just for your knowledge, Councilman Bezerra, I forget what formal tonight, so, it will still need the assistance of the JLWS for
I
the
was just curious
summer
who was
festival.
applying because it's blank, so I didn't know
Yeah.
who we were actually giving the license to.